Now, like I said, this mod gives you a lot of unique challenges, and this is one of them. This section of the game has spider webs, which are incredibly good. And given that this is the Scavenger mod, I would love to steal a bunch of spider webs in order to help with the next boss. The problem is that we have almost no healing. We have some potions, and that's it. So I cannot stay here forever trying to get spider webs. I can only stay for so long before I run out of stuff, and I definitely want potions for Airbuster, so I have to be very careful. Yo, Maiko, thank you so much for the 16 months. All hail the Final Fantasy VII Master. I don't know about that. What is really nice is that originally when you come here, these guys have like a 10% chance to drop spider webs. But since we get steel early, I have a 100% chance of stealing these spider webs. That's Professor Final Fantasy VII Master to you. I think they do also morph into webs, yeah. I believe so. Another fantastic thing about this mod is that it actually forces you to use items, which is pretty cool. You don't end the game with like 97 elixirs. You actually use them in fights because they're gonna go anyways. So you find yourself a lot of times throwing a bunch of items in boss fights because you know they're gonna be gone afterwards. So might as well use them. If you're doing the death challenge, then nope, you can't buy greens. That is part of the death challenge, no shops. Only thing you can buy is batteries. Yeah, you can morph and steal, but you can't morph, steal, and drop. Stealing gets rid of drops. But usually the steal is the drop for most enemies. There is more I could get, but I'm not that worried about Airbuster, so. Also, please take my word of advice that I gave you at the beginning of the mod and make multiple saves. You will not regret it. There will be times where you're like, ah, crap. I'm stuck in this section with no healing and I can't go back and I can't try the previous section again. So you're going to want to make multiple saves. No, you don't lose key items. That would be silly. You lose all your memories, that's right. You literally forget you even did the previous section. You forget what game you're playing after every section. We implemented a Men in Black memory flash into the game files. I don't think these guys have anything. That's annoying. Does this rag smell like chloroform? Yeah, so you lose all armor as well, which is one of the hardest things about this mod, is you're stuck with bronze bangles for a lot of the game. Because of that, we decided to give bronze bangle 2 slots, so that way you can at least put steel and morph in. And it doesn't really help anything else because you're never going to have enough materia to fill up all your slots, because you're going to be losing it so often, unless you buy a bunch. So we thought it was fair to give bronze bangle 2 slots, that way you actually have room for your stuff. But yeah, if you watched my complete chaos run, you know how bad bronze bangles are. They are terrible. They are even worse than you're imagining, thinking about it right now. They are abysmal. They're so bad that most characters do not come with bronze bangles. The first 3 do, and that's it. Which is one nice thing, when you get new characters, you get better armor for one section. So that's nice. Also, dragons are a godsend, because you can get 3 dragon bangles for that section, any section that has dragons. And you know, that's another section where it feels like the game is balancing the dungeon for the boss. Right before Schizo, a boss that uses a bunch of elemental attacks, there's dragons, which give you dragon bangles, which block 3 of the elements. Well, half 3 of the elements. So it really does feel like they put a lot of thought and time into what items and what enemies are before each boss, which is the general thought process behind this mod, is, hey, what if that's all you had? So that was the original idea, what gave me the idea to make this. Hardest part of the game. God dang it. First try. Alright, so we should have enough potions to get by here. We do have the assault gun from last section, so that's cool. But other than that, we don't have anything else. But we got some potions. Oh, we had a tent. I could have used that. Rip. That's me paying attention. It's alright, we're fine. It'll be fine. I'm not worried. I'm terrified. By the way, if I did it right, you should be hearing some different boss music. This isn't part of the mod. This is just my creation because YouTube sucks. So don't worry about the boss music. Yes, we'll lose the assault gun after this section. You get to keep the item that the boss drops for the next section. We did that because otherwise you'd never get to use that item. You know, if like each boss dropped an item but then you immediately lost it, it'd be like, what's the point? So we decided to give you the one item that the boss drops as like your reward for getting through that section. So Guard Scorpion drops the assault gun, so you get to use that for the Airbuster section. I also turned the volume down on this song a bit because the last couple times it's been kind of loud. So I didn't drop it by much though. I think I should maybe drop it a bit more. Hey, remember that time we model swapped Airbuster and the helicopter? And we had to fight a giant helicopter while Airbuster took the president away? Those were good times. Oh, yeah. Throw a spiderweb at him. It doesn't matter, he's dead, but throw a spiderweb at him. Yeah, I didn't really need the spiderwebs. But if you wanted to fight more like regular fights, spiderwebs would help. Because there's a lot of the fights here have like a ton of enemies, so spiderwebs help a lot. No, PDX, all the names are already chosen. We did them with points. Blink, 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 blink. Whee! Catch you later. What's up, Cold? Good to see you, man. Alright, so that's section 2 completed. Section 3 should start when we wake up here. So we're going to see something a little different here. You'll see what I mean in a second. So, section complete. Please equip initial weapons, armor, and sneak glove. So, right now, we need to equip all the characters in the game with their standard stuff. So, Cloud has Buster Sword, Bronze Spangled Sneak Gloves, so that's all good. But, if you remember, we gave Barrett an assault gun. So what we've done is we've put in like a fake PHS. So you can PHS Barrett in. And give him the right stuff. So now everyone's got the right stuff. So now if we... Oh, and I'll show you what happens if you don't have the right stuff. So let's say like I forgot to change assault gun. If I back out, the game's going to say one of the party members does not have an initial weapon equipped. So now we go back in, say, oh yeah, he needs a Gatling gun. Exit out. Now we're all good. Now if we go to the menu, which we can't at the moment because Eris. But when you go to the menu, it'll just be Cloud, and all our items will be gone and stuff. Also, error state. Whoops. Yeah, I know equipped is spelled wrong. I told Suna that, and he wasn't having it, so don't worry about it. It's an inside joke. I told him about that, and he was like, listen, we're from different regions, okay? Don't worry about it. This guy are sick. Pure mind. I always do this. I always like spam through text here. But you have to walk forward and walk back. I used to do that in the speed run too and lose like 10 seconds to me being stupid. What was the big announcement? I released a new website called sector48.org, which is a place for a bunch of different Final Fantasy VII mod and tool creators to come together and show off their work. It's completely free, ad-free. There's no PayPal link or anything like that. It's just simply a place to celebrate Final Fantasy VII mod work and to give back to all the people that have made this game even better over the years. It's not really a spoiler. She dies right here, right? Like, tell me she survives this fall. I don't think she does. She's dead. Look, she's dead. I don't remember which barrel you're supposed to hit. Is it this one? You're supposed to tell her to run there. It's been too long. You got this. That'd be funny if that hit her and she took like damage. That should honestly happen. You should lose like so much Eris date points if you like hit her with the barrel. Did you guys know that Cloud is dead and this entire game is in his imagination? Oh yeah. I was gonna answer it and then I forgot. Death, do you consider suggestions for games to bring to the Blind Play series? Absolutely. People give me suggestions all the time. Obviously, I can't do all of them, but I do take into consideration. I mean, usually what we play is what people are asking for the most. You know, like Final Fantasy VIII was a big one a lot of people wanted me to play because of the remake, or the remaster. And Legend of Dragoon was a big one people wanted me to play. Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger were way up there. So, like, I do pick them based on what people ask for. Shadow Hearts is a big one. Final Fantasy VI is a big one. Bravely Default. There's, like, so many that people ask for all the time that we're going to get to eventually. But, can't do them all at once. And I try to mix it between Let's Plays and mod stuff. So, usually I do a Let's Play and then a mod, and then a Let's Play and then a mod. However, we did 3 Let's Plays in a row, I believe. We did Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, and then Final Fantasy VIII. Because I wanted to do Trigger and Cross together. And then I was going to do a mod next. But then the Final Fantasy VIII Remastered came out, so I was like, okay, I better do that. So we ended up doing Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, and then Let's Break Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. So it was definitely time for another mod. It's been 4 series since we did a mod, so. CCG, thank you so much for the 20 months. Can't wait to play this mod. Do it, man. ! Download in the chat, or just go to sector48.org. Download that bad boy, start playing it. It's going to be awesome to hear people's experiences. Like, real talk, you want to make me the happiest person alive? Tell me about your experiences with the mod. Like, just message me. You can email me. 48productions@zoho.com. You can type email into the chat. Like, tell me your experiences. Tell me, like, the struggles you had, or the successes you had, or what you think of the mod, or whatever. I would love to hear your experiences, and send me a picture of you completing it or something. You can tweet pictures to me of you completing the mod or whatever. Like, that'd be awesome. I would love it. That would be the most fabulous thing. Are you going to try Crystal Chronicles when it comes out? Probably not. To be honest with you, I have too many other things to play. And I need to get into that series more before I jump on the new games. If you know of like an indie game that you'd like me to try, it doesn't necessarily need to be a big Friday series. You could just donate it, and I play every donated game. Anytime someone sends a game through the mail or through Steam or whatever, I write it in a list, and we do fan days, and we just play games that have been downloaded or been donated. If it happens to be a PSN game, you can also add it to the trophy quest, but that's a little more expensive. Just to donate a game is just the price of the game, so. Oh, that's right. The new one is a remaster. Yeah, but like, I probably will not play it right away. But I probably will play it eventually, I'm sure. Oh, it's free to play? I could probably play it for you sometime. You'll have to remind me, since you can't really donate it. We can figure it out. I'd like to help out in any way I can. You can stream it, 100%. You can stream this mod, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. You can even mod it if you want, just don't say it's yours, I guess. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can make a YouTube series out of it, you can Twitch stream it, whatever. Sector 48 will feature any and all mods that I feel should be on the page and that the artists, the authors, tell me that I can put up and want to be a part of the community. There's nothing that I'm leaving out. Bad dad joke. Alright, better be a good one this time. We're running out of dad jokes. Got like 10 more pages. I know a lot of jokes about retired people, but none of them work. Kind of like that one. Got him. See you later, nerd. Oh, I forgot to equip stuff. Run! Alright, so, all this is normal. All of our items are gone, but we have the stuff we picked up. And we also have cover. Good. Another joke. Let's hope this one's better. If you see a robbery at an if you see a robbery at an Apple store, does that make you an eyewitness? Dear Lord. See you, chimp. Have a good one. We'll see you Monday. By the way, after the mod today, there's some glitchy stuff I want to try if you guys are interested. Somebody sent me a glitch idea, and then someone else also posted a comment on the new Yuffie glitch that gave me an idea. And try it out. I still can't believe the double Yuffie glitch is a thing. If you have not seen that video yet, it's insane. I can't believe that it exists. I'm willing to, like, believe that the Steam version has glitches and stuff, and the PS4 version has glitches and stuff, but the fact that I can throw my copy of Final Fantasy VII on PS1 into a PS1 system and get a double Chocobo model and play Yuffie's side quest with Yuffie is just blown my mind. While we're doing wall market stuff, since it's boring wall market stuff, I wanted to quickly thank you guys. The last couple weeks of stream have been amazing. And, like, I've been so happy this last week. Not that I've been, like, unhappy before this week or anything. But, this week I started doing something that I've always wanted to do, which is learning, the Celeste B-side speedrun. I know not everyone here is into speedrunning or anything like that, but it's just a personal thing that I've always wanted to do ever since I bought the game. I forgot to go to the thing. Ever since I bought the game, I always wanted to do that. It was just something I always wanted to do. The B-side levels were just my favorite levels in the game, and I always, like, really wanted to learn the ins and outs of those levels and really master them. Just the personal thing that I really wanted to do, and because of the way that the any percent route ended up going, do you know a girl named Erin G? I just got so wrapped up in the any percent route and trying to improve my time that by the time I was done with it, I was just burned out and I needed a break. So I never got around to doing the B-sides, and just this week, Monday, I started doing the B-sides. I made a return to Celeste, and I started learning the B-sides, and it has been so much fun. Like, I can't even... People that don't care about speedruns at all are still having a blast watching it, because it is just so much fun, like, learning it and doing it, and it looks so smooth and cool, and the music is amazing, and the community has been so, like, awesome and super supportive of the runs, and... You know, right now I'm just doing individual levels to try to practice them, and whenever I get like a 2-second PB just on the single level, everyone goes crazy, and it's just been a lot of fun. So I want to thank you guys for that, because I've been dreaming of doing that for a while, and you guys have made it like even more awesome than I thought it would be. So, and we'll continue doing that next week. We might even do some today. But yeah, it's been a blast. Also, I need money. So, here's one thing about Wall Market. If you want Cloud to be picked, you actually have to go do a little bit of money grinding, because you need something like 570 gil or something like that. Maybe 270. Because you gotta buy the... You gotta buy the thing out of the machine, and you gotta buy the medicine, and you gotta buy a plate of food. So that all adds up to like 300 or something. Also, this house is a bit of a problem when you can't heal, because he does a lot of damage. What's up, Flavored? Good to see you, man. Yeah, not to mention that just the general community around Celeste is so nice and amazing that, like, whenever we play Celeste, we end up getting a couple stragglers in from other Celeste streams, and they're always so nice and so, like, supportive, no matter what your skill level is, or if you're just learning or whatever. It's really great. Yeah, this is the problem. Gonna take a lot of damage, but I can always go rest at the end. Why did I steal? What am I doing? Cloud, don't die! Luckily, that house gave me 200 gills, so we're on our way. Dude, I can't wait to see that house in the remake. It better be there. Out of all the enemies, there better be the house demon. I know that they don't need the game to be exactly like the original, and I don't expect them to bring every, you know, enemy back, and I don't want them to. I want them to come up with some new stuff, you know. But there's certain like iconic enemies that I would just love to see. I'd love to see Tonberries. I'd love to see the Demon House. I'd rather see the Demon House than Tonberries, because we've seen Tonberries done a million times, even in recent games. But like the Demon House is such a like Final Fantasy VII enemy. Like it only exists, as far as I know, only exists in Final Fantasy VII. That it's just so ridiculous and out of place that like it's got to be there. I want to see that big Demon House. It's just so out of place here. It's just like randomly, like just imagine you're like walking through the slums of Midgar, and there's just a giant house demon. Like, why? All the other enemies are pretty tame. They look like sewer monsters or like thugs, which like makes sense to be in the slums. Then there's just this thing. Like, what in the world? It's so random. Oh man, the giant enemy crab in Forgotten City. That'd be sweet. I want to see the giant cannon enemy from the Midgar raid, where it's just a giant cannon. Oh, and the sign enemy from Midgar, from the Shinra HQ. The one that's just a sign that says, like, warning. The warning sign. That'd be amazing. Oh man, and the water heater. Don't forget the water heater. I don't know, the water heater, probably not. I could see them not bringing back the water heater. But come on. You gotta have the Demon House and the giant enemy crab. Those ones are mandatory. Would it be out a mod that did a model swap for all enemies, NPCs, and characters, but keeping their stats, regular equips, and whatnot? Just literally a model swap mod? That'd be pretty goofy. That'd be cool if it was randomized. All the models just load random models. That would be really difficult, though. I feel like it'd be difficult. I don't know enough about the game code to tell you if it'd be difficult, but in my amateur opinion, I think it would be difficult because each screen only loads the models it needs. It's not like every screen has every model in the game and it just picks one. This screen only has Cloud model, Aeris model, that guy, a save point, and that's it. So you'd have to somehow find a way to like randomize which models the game decides to load, and that could be kind of hard. If all the models were there and it was just picking one, then it would be easier, because then you could just randomize what it's picking. But you'd have to, like, actually load all the models in, or tell the game which models to load in and then randomize them, so that might be kind of rough. I'm sure it's not impossible, though. Do you think the remake will go faster as they make more assets? Probably not. I think the remake, in my opinion, which I could be completely wrong, and you can make fun of me if I am, if you're watching this in the future. But in my opinion, I think that the remake is going to hit a huge standstill. They said that they're working on part 2 already, so that gives me some pretty good hopes that it's not. But I have this funny feeling that we're going to hit this horrible standstill. Because I don't know how they're going to make part 2. We talk about this all the time on the stream, and I don't want to talk. I don't want to go too into it because we talk about the remake too. Well, I don't know. We haven't talked about it in a while, but I feel like we talk about it too much. But I don't know how they're going to make part 2. So because it's going to be so different from part 1. Part 1 is GTA Midgar with motorcycles and side quests and stuff. At least that's what it seems to be. And part 2 is going to be like an open world with like Calm and the Junon and the mines and stuff in the farms. So like, I just have absolutely no idea how they're going to transition. I think the game's going to be completely different from part 2 to part 1. So I don't think just because they have assets done, it's going to matter much. Because they gotta completely change stuff for the second game, or else it's just not gonna make any sense. But that's my opinion. Like, I don't think the fact that they already have Cloud and Tifa's model done is gonna make part 2 be done in a few months. Like, there's no way. It's gonna be so different, and they're gonna have to really reinvent everything, and they're also gonna have to figure out how they're gonna wipe your inventory or how they're going to continue your inventory. There's just a lot of unanswered questions, so I think it's going to be quite the project. It's not going to be like part 1 comes out and they're going to be like, oh, we already got part 2 ready. Like, no way. It's going to be quite the project. Is there any other series that really takes your stuff from one game to the next? Dot Hack. Dot Hack had 4 games that legitimately carbon copied everything you had from the previous game, including your level. But I don't think the remake can do that. It's just too long. I feel like you're going to be level 60 with like 7 million summons by the end of the first game. So how in the world would they let you take all that over? But yeah, Dot Hack was a pretty interesting series where you literally like finish the first game on level 20, finish the second game on level 40, finish the third game on level 60, and finish the last game on level 80. And you just transferred legitimately all your stuff, and you could even like go back to the previous areas and stuff, I think. So, Dot Hack was a really neat series. I want to go back and play them someday. I played them when I was a kid. And Dot Hack GU is on our trophy list, I think. Which I was told was bad, and then I was told was good, so I have no idea what to think of it. I've heard both. Some people tell me it's trash, and some people tell me it's amazing, and I'm like, okay, I don't know which... I don't know who to believe. It's so bad it's good. I love Dot Hack GU. It's so bad. Alright, how many squats am I gonna get? Whoever guesses right gets nothing. You get my love and appreciation, which you already have. I wish this guy wasn't hammering away on that punching bag this whole time, make it easier to time. I wonder if they did that on purpose. 21. I got everything right. As long as you don't mess up, you usually get 21, yeah. I'm pretty excited that they did minigames. My favorite thing about the remake right now is that it's really goofy. And I really enjoy that. It really captures the game better. The game is supposed to be goofy but depressing, and they seem to be doing that pretty well. I was really afraid they were going to make it like action RPG, Metal Gear Solid. Like, I was afraid they weren't going to capture the essence of the game at all. I'm totally fine with them changing a bunch of stuff if the essence is still there, and I think they're doing a pretty good job. But we'll see. We'll see what the final product looks like. I think they're doing a good job. I don't know if depressing is the right word. It's supposed to be, like, brooding. It's supposed to be like... Depressing isn't the right word, but I think you know what I mean. Dark, I guess. It's dark, but then has the goofy comedy relief. Very Shakespearean in a way. Which makes sense, because a lot of the older Final Fantasies were also very Shakespearean. But yeah, Final Fantasy definitely takes a lot of inspiration from Shakespeare. Very dark and, you know, depressing or not always happy stories, but then they have like goofy, ridiculous comedy relief. Tragic. Tragic is the word I'm looking for. Tragic comedy was one of the biggest things at that time, in Shakespeare's time. And I don't know if I'd call this a tragic comedy, but it's definitely got the elements there. Yeah, I hope they toned down Barrett quite a bit. I think that a lot of what we heard from Barrett feels like a tutorial bot. Like he's going to be the next Nami. But a lot of what we're seeing is the first mission. So that might be why. I'm hoping they tone... Like, I'm okay with Barrett being like, Cloud, you gotta hit the guard scorpion one is the blah, blah, blah. But, like, it'd be nice if that stopped right after the first mission. Because I don't need Barrett yelling at me the whole game. Also, can we talk about how they literally made Barrett a tutorial bot for the first mission, and yet he still doesn't say the "while the tail is up" line yet? Unless he has and I haven't seen it. Because I haven't looked at everything. I haven't looked at the leaks or anything, but I still have not seen the tail is up line. But they created like the perfect place for it, and then they don't use it. That whole thing just looks stupid. Let's get out of here. Alright, so this boss can be a little bit of a problem because we still have bronze bangles and this section doesn't have much to pick up. So we're going to have to be a little careful. If you weren't doing the death challenge here, you could just buy a bunch of grenades and this would be free. But we are doing the death challenge, so this might be a bit of a struggle. What's up, Mendo? I have no idea what I want the second part of the remake to be, and I don't think Square knows either, so I'm not going to pretend like I do. I would be very happy with a world map, but I don't know if there's a way for them to do it where it would feel right. It's easy enough for me to just be like, I want an open world, or I want a world map. Final Fantasy has a world map. It should have a world map, but then when you really think about it, like, would that be the best choice? Would it actually be fun? It's not enough just to put it in. It's got to be fun, too. Yes, it is, Mendo. You can download the mod if you type !download or go to sector48.org. I think the world map will be similar to Final Fantasy 15. Oh, so it'll suck. Sweet. Glad I know right off the bat. So we shouldn't have anything, right? We can give you your materia, but it doesn't much matter. As long as Eris stays alive, we should be alright. I do have one Phoenix down. Without fire, this is going to be a struggle. Yeah, I thought about picking up that hyper, but I didn't. I don't know why I stole. Oh, nice timing on that defend. Don't you dare do that to Eris. Just dodge. Ooh, nice crit. Why are you only attacking Eris? Cut it out. Cut it out. I guess it's just attack Eris time. I don't think his... Maybe it does. Maybe his AI says attack lowest HP. I didn't think it did, but this is outrageous. It has to be. It's attacked her like 20 times in a row. Being really nice. wish cover would go off one more time. Nice. That's what I like to see. Nice miss. Epic. Either Braver should do it, or that'll do it.